on my last video, people didn't like my opinion, so here is the RuneScape 3 community's opinion. You will be able to see the days ago, you'll be able to see the votes. Let's see what they have to say when they're not trying to port new players into their gambling simulator. There are currently 3 MTX promotions ranked concurrently. What happened to toning these down? Yak Track, Traveling Artisan, Treasure Hunter promo? I'll be honest, I never expected 3 concurrent promotions, and my expectations were already really low. All 3 of these incentivize buying bonds. All 3 are limited time. At least only one is RNG, I guess. Granted, treasure hunt promos are easily the most broken from a balance perspective. The icing on the cake is all of this is during a mental health awareness week. The old token events, every action you got tokens you needed like 10k to finish were better than this. Now I'm expected to use GP and supplies to level up this stupid event, of which the rewards require 10 times the effort of previous token events. It is 100% designed to make you not want to do it, and then spend money on bonds. I thought MTX was going to veer away from blind options. They added multiple options to support mental health, so it's only natural they take it away for mental health. Plus, they wiped our multiplier unlocks. I had 7x for several rainbow promos, and now all back to 1. Used to be they would show what you were going to receive. That is gone. Hey Jagex, did you really ban this guy whose mental health took a setback due to your predatory treasure hunter promos and then call it bug abuse? Ever wonder how long-standing games die out in flexible companies with predatory business models and an inability to admit it and improve? I love RuneScape, but God does it hurt to see Jagex slowly let it die. So this is basically, you can find this. I struggle with addictive personality. Literally a gambling addict explaining what happened. You didn't abuse, you made use of mechanics. Jagex shouldn't be putting 2 promotions at the same time while also putting a sale on keys. Want to fight back against MTX? Let the UK government know your experience. Did my part. General concern is how reliant any game becomes on loot boxes to survive, and how every time a step back is done, 2 steps forward are taken on MTX. With the same apologies and political statements over the many years, and promises to do better before it gets worse again. I'd be like 90% okay with MTX if we saw these, quote, record profits actually making a difference in the game's development. As the title says, if the game were getting huge improvements, updates, amazing new content, I'd be willing to overlook most of the MTX problems this community rants about daily. Hell, I wouldn't even mind the lack of honesty and transparency issues, but that's not the case. Instead, we see almost every day now how Jagex criminally underpays employees and does everything it can to cut corners while avoiding the backlash over it. Weird to the point of memes. I bought 650 keys the day before for 130 euros, got 130k Ottomans from it. On the 24th, I see a 50% off promo on keys in the Ottoman store. I used my Ottomans on those. Yesterday, I got banned for 14 days. I got 13 mil wealth from it and some experience, but even during this year's bonus XP live event, I get way more XP when I don't get what the big deal is. I mainly purchase cosmetic items and that it. This right here outlines the exact issue. Their own MTX teams can't communicate. You bought keys, and so you're somehow at fault for their massive fuck up. Hopefully they unban you sooner and offer an apology. Oh, so if you buy the microtransactions, you still get banned. One year later, and nothing has changed. MTX's support is still abysmal. Stop ignoring your community, Jagex. Stop giving them money and stop playing their game. Even if you pay for the game time with bonds, you are contributing to their profits. If you dislike the direction Jagex has been going, the only way to stop playing and stop paying. But remember, in my other video, I was completely wrong. And the microtransactions aren't a big deal, and the player base is happy with RuneScape 3, and the old school game that doesn't have these problems that RS3 is constantly saying, why does old school get this for free? Why do they get that update for free? Why don't they have to deal with all these microtransactions? That's the game that they're telling you is terrible. But this game, that's literally banning gambling addicts for gambling after they get them to gamble, that is running 3 microtransaction promos for mental health, apparently. Is there really anything else to say? Anything else to show? You can look this up yourself. The list goes on and on and on. Jagex talks all this big talk about mental health. And then we look at the MTX. On and on and on and on and on. That's just relevance. 3 years ago, Jagex doing Mental Health Awareness Week. I'd like to spread awareness about addictions and how Jagex exploits them. On and on and on and on and on. This is RuneScape 3. This is what RuneScape 3 is all about. They will tell you otherwise, but the entirety of the game is to get you to spend money on a membership, to then get playing the game, to then spend money to gamble, to spend money on limited time promos. The entire point of RuneScape 3 is essentially what you would expect out of the worst, over microtransaction filled mobile game. Mobile games would love to have this level of microtransaction input. But don't worry. Comments will tell you otherwise. Steam reviews will tell you otherwise. Until the people that haven't come from RS3 and actually came from Steam start leaving theirs.